Hey!
Hey!
What's happening? How's everybody doing out there? This is your boy, Mr. Heavily Motivated, and this is my melanated queen, Lakita.
Mrs. Heavily Motivated.
Miss Heavily Motivated. So we want to talk to you today about Juneteenth. What is Juneteenth? What does Juneteenth mean to you? We have the sage burning, and the sage is about to smoke us out. So I think I'm gonna take some time to remove the sage for a second.
Oh no, we gotta get the energy right, babe. We gotta start this off right. You gotta keep that.
But
We need positive energy.
what does sage do? What's sage for?
It's a cleanse. That's white sage. So it's cleansing out the energy. You gotta purify it. No, you gotta keep it down.
Keep it down.
Yes, let it purify the energy. After we already purify all the corners, so now we gotta make sure this energy is right as we, embrace upon this Juneteenth celebration that we're gonna discuss today.
All right, so everybody know on the headlines, tomorrow is Juneteenth. So I want to ask you, what is Juneteenth? Do you know what it means? When Juneteenth started? Do you have any information about what's going on? I need my glasses so I can see good. So babe, do you know what Juneteenth is?
Yes.
All right, see, we know. So one thing they say is you gotta stay woke. Wake up and stay woke. So first of all, in order to understand Juneteenth, I want to take you back to July the 4th, 1776.
Isn't that when we all got, free?
No.
No?
We all ain't get free
Not all of us?
on the 4th of July. Not everybody. Everybody ain't get free on the 4th of July.
Not us?
No. No. Okay, so we celebrate the 4th of July. Everybody enjoys the fireworks, the festivities, the cookouts. Everybody enjoys all that stuff going on the 4th of July. But I want you to understand, on the 4th of July, America, or the United States, declared their independence from foreign rule. So that's the 4th of July, the United States got its independence, okay? If you look like me, or if you look like my future wife, or if you look like my mother or my children, you were still in bondage. You were still enslaved.
That's right.
4th of July, everybody celebrated. So I want to give you some ammunition to make you want to celebrate this Juneteenth, which is coming around tomorrow. So then everybody know what happened. We went into slavery, all those years, everything happened, everything you see on TV, all the negatives, but it was some positives that went on. The plantation life, the cotton, the sugar cane, the revolts, the Nat Turners, the Gabriel Moores, the rebellions, the Toussaint Overtures, all that stuff went on. Then it brings us up to the Civil War. All right? So to understand the Juneteenth, we got to take you back a little bit first, and I hope that you're picking up what I'm putting down because I'm about to put down a whole lot, so go ahead and get your gloves on.
Come on.
All right. So the Emancipation Proclamation was issued January the 1st, 1863. It was called Proclamation 95. All right? This was the 95th proclamation that was made. And you know your boy, Honest Abe,
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln, with the tall hat, he's allegedly, what'd he do?
He freed the slaves. He freed the slaves.
Not quite.
Still not free?
Still not free. If you look like me, you still might not have been free. So with the Civil War was being fought against the North and the South for the Confederate and the Union. Now, Honest Abe was also a real smart Abe. Abe understood the concept of what was going on. And he understood that in the South, that the Confederate soldiers was at war and the slaves was still taking care of the plantations and taking care of the family and all of that. And a lot of the slaves, some of them was escaping the South, freeing to the North to fight for the North to go back and free their family. So Honest Abe sat together, he said, I want to make something go down where we can actually free those that are in bondage in the South. Free the slaves with the Emancipation Proclamation because it will weaken the Confederate. All right? Because slavery was a main crop. It was a main industry. It was booming there. And it was a main thing going on. So January the 1st, 1863, Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah.
All right? So, and what happened? Freed the slaves. Nah, but we'll see what happened. if you was behind the Confederate lines, you didn't know that the Emancipation Proclamation was issued.
Why couldn't nobody just call me and let me know?
They didn't have text message. They didn't have Wi-Fi. They didn't have cell phones. So
you mean to tell me that the slave master was not going to sit there and let me know that I was free?
No, it wasn't in his financial interest to let you know that you was free. It was more in his financial interest to keep you in bondage during the time because that was his money. We were money. We were considered valuable as workers. You know what I'm saying? So during the Emancipation Proclamation, everybody wasn't set free. So then 2.5 years later, on June 19th, 1865, you get that?
Yep.
June the 19th, 1865, we had a Union general named Gordon Granger. He came galloping. Brum, 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 brum. He Millie Rock. Hey, the Millie Rock, babe. He Millie Rock down there to Galveston, and he did what? He sat there and he read the Emancipation Proclamation because when he got down there to Galveston, Texas, people were still enslaved down there. 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was issued. Why were they still enslaved? Because it wasn't no widespread news. And some of the slave owners purposely moved their slaves down south because they was hoping that the Confederate would win and their property wouldn't get jeopardized.
Wait a minute, babe. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me July 4th, 1776, that I was not free?
No, America got their independence.
And I've been celebrating the 4th of July about my independence, and I was not free?
No. The America got their independence. And even when the Emancipation Proclamation was read, we were still in bondage in certain states. If you was up north, you were free. But if you was down south, down there in Georgia, probably Texas and Louisiana and all those states. Florida, they were still in bondage there because no one knew. And the people got together and the people say that they may have murdered the Union soldiers or the messengers that came to let the slaves know that they were free. So no one really knew that they were free at that time until the Union General Gordon Granger came down there and told them June 19th, which is tomorrow, June the 19th, 1865, he rode into town and let them know that they were free. He read the Emancipation Proclamation to them. And some folk didn't believe it. Some folks didn't believe that this was going on. They didn't believe that they were free. Some people took off running before it was even done because they ran to get their family and they was gone. They was running off. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole different thing. So what did they initially call Juneteenth, babe?
Didn't they call it Jubilee?
At first it was Jubilee Day.
Yeah.
Because they was happy. Jubilee is a good word for happy. And what's some stuff that happened during Jubilee Day?
I know that when they first started doing Jubilee, they used to have festivals. They used to have blues concerts. They used to have a Miss Juneteenth contest. Did you know that? Not Miss America.
They had Miss Juneteenth?
It was Miss Juneteenth.
Oh, that's dope.
Yes, and did you know that when they used to try and have their Juneteenth celebrations, that the white people used to tell them that they could not have their celebrations at the park?
So what did they do?
So they said it was a part of segregation. So what they did, a few black people, they got together and they purchased 10 acres of land for, I think, $1,000.
Okay, good investment.
They went and purchased 10 acres of land, and that's where they had their Juneteenth celebrations. And I believe that they still have that area out in Texas where you can go and visit, where they used to have the original Jubilee Juneteenth celebrations, because they did not allow us to have the Juneteenth celebrations in parks. So a lot of black people, not only did they have it there at those festivals, they would have it at their home as well.
Okay, that's awesome. So what I want you to know and I want you to be knowledgeable about is tomorrow, June 19th, 2020, to realize that the sacrifices and the struggles that took place for us to get here. Now, it just wasn't all good after Juneteenth, 1865. Because we had the Reconstruction period, then we had black codes come on, then you had Jim Crow laws, and then in modern day times, like in the 1980s, what's up, Pops? What's up, Pops? I see you there. You look Steve on.
I see you.
Okay. But we're going live on Facebook, y'all, so I'm happy everybody joining. But look, we had the black codes, Jim Crow laws, and then what hit the communities? Crack.
Yep.
Crack cocaine hit the streets and just started destroying folks, destroying families and all that. Then after the crack epidemic, we had HIV and AIDS that was coming after us, coming after people that looks like us.
That's right.
Affected at a high rate. Then after the HIV and AIDS epidemic, we had criminal justice system. Because there were disparities in the laws. There were disparities in the sentencing of people. And even during the black codes and the Jim Crow times, they would arrest people and lock them up and make them pay a fine that they couldn't pay, and they'd put them into servitude for a certain amount of years. And then when the servitude time was up, they would force them to go back to work for more time because they wouldn't free them because the fines wasn't paid. So I want you to understand why we have to celebrate Juneteenth. When it's coming around, you have to actually do something. You have to be positive. You got to have time with your family. For all y'all guys out there, I'm going to tell you this. This is what I want you to do. I want you to pull your pants up. Everybody don't want to see your butt. Everybody don't want to see you sagging. Pull your pants up. Let's get our act together. Let's form a united front on education. Let's be positive. Let's be motivated. Let's be heavily motivated. And know why we're celebrating the freedom that we have. The freedom that so many take for granted and that so many are so quick to give away. And stop killing one another. It is not time for that. It's time for us to uplift one another to the highest degree. What's up, champ? I got the whole family on there. Hey, champ.
And let's know that it's all about unity.
Unity.
At the end of the day.
Unity.
It is about unity. So this day that we are going to celebrate tomorrow, this is where they used to come together for family reunions. They used to come together for picnics. They used to come together for all sorts of gatherings, upliftment. Make sure you buy black. Buy something from a black-owned business tomorrow. Make sure that you're supporting. Make sure that you're doing everything that you are supporting our unity.
Yeah.
We have to. We have to make sure that we continue with this celebration because over the last X amount of years, I was celebrating July 4th because I was under the assumption that my ancestors were free. But that is not the fact. So we have to ensure that we are keeping this tradition alive and that we continue supporting each other, uplifting each other, and encouraging each other, and we're educating each other. So not only are we coming together tomorrow to celebrate, to eat, and enjoy the time that we have amongst each other, make sure that we are educating our youth as well, because they also use Juneteenth as an opportunity to have different historical events to teach the youth about different traditions that they have with the Afro-Americans as well. So we want to make sure that you incorporate some kind of teaching or some kind of educational platform for the kids so they know what the true meaning of Juneteenth is. So we got to make sure that we are making sure that we are incorporating education in any aspect, incorporating different businesses, and we're supporting one another.
We got Champ on the West Coast right there. We got all the way on the West Coast. He said positivity is the key. We're going live on Facebook.
Absolutely. Positivity is the key. It's about your attitude, your outlook.
That's right. Everybody, preach and teach. All right? We're going to preach and teach. But I want y'all to understand that we have to also uplift our queens. We have to inspire our queens. And the queens have to uplift and motivate and inspire their kings. I want you to understand, men, if you consider yourself a king, all right? If you consider yourself a king, then your lady has to be a queen, and you should treat her accordingly. This Juneteenth, let's start something new. Let's put the ignorance down. Let's put all of the buffoonery down, and let's get serious, and let's do business with one another more often, frequently.
Absolutely.
Let's make sure we support establishments that look like us. Let's make sure that we keep a positive thing going, positive conversations, education. And let's make sure that we don't perpetuate any form of ignorance that may hold us back or that may hinder us or that may force us into a stereotype that already exists. We cannot afford it. It's time to be intellectual. It's time to be decisive. It's time to use the power of discernment. Juneteenth is more than a celebration. It's us. It's our life.
That's right. And let's not only forget a very special holiday is approaching as well, Father's Day. So as we celebrate this Juneteenth celebration, we got to ensure that we are uplifting our kings as well, queens. That we are giving them the love and respect and appreciation that they deserve. Let's use these next few days as an opportunity to ensure that we are incorporating the necessary empowerment to uplift each other as well. Let's celebrate our kings. Let's love them. Let's appreciate them. Let's wrap our arms around him, because know that we are in times right now where there is enemies against them. So we have to ensure that we are keeping our support, love, and encouragement to our kings, because we love them. So let's make sure that we stay true to the meaning of Juneteenth. Bring back the celebration. Bring back the love, respect. And let's bring back the tradition of where we came from, and never forget that this empowerment is within us. We have the power in us. So we have to make sure that we continue loving each other, encouraging each other, and uplifting each other at all times.
I don't know what else to say after that. Y'all got any questions? Y'all understand Juneteenth, all right, in Galveston, Texas, June 19th, 1865. General Gordon Granger rode down there 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was issued, and told those brothers and told those sisters that they were actually free. No longer can we afford to live in bondage. No longer can we afford to live under the cloak of ignorance. We're promoting education. We're promoting excellence. And all the artists out there feeling some kind of way of doing something, I want to make a call right now to raise our children to be somebody that we need them to be. We need children to be judges. We need you to raise your children to be law enforcement officers. You need you to raise your children to be DEA agents. We need to raise the next president. We need doctors. We need lawyers. Raise your kids. Get them off the game. Spend some time. Harvest inside your kids. Harvest the minds that's in your own backyard, in your own household. Stop worrying about everybody else. And pull your pants up. That's what I want you to do.
That's right.
You got anything to add, baby?
Yeah, and don't forget, drink your strawberry soda, because that's definitely important for Juneteenth. So don't y'all forget your strawberry soda now. We gotta have that at the celebration.
Hey,
make sure y'all have that.
What's going on at Juneteenth? Yeah, Tierra, Aunt Joan, we about to get out of here, but you check it out. I'm putting it on my YouTube station. Everybody check me out on YouTube.
Educate yourself. Don't take our words. Make sure you educate yourself, educate your youth, and don't just use tomorrow as a day to just get off and eat and drink. We're going to educate ourselves. Make sure that everybody know the true meaning of the day that we became free.
Peace.
Peace.
And I want to add this too, because you can't be like, oh, white people this, white people this. All white people ain't bad. It's a lot of good white people out there. The person that came and read the Emancipation, that Union General didn't look like us. He was white. During the abolitionist times and the Underground Railroads and all that, there were always people of other races, freedom runners, fighting for us.
Yep.
This is not no anti-white or anti-other race talk. This is education, uplifting it. And we have to know that we can get together. We need to support ourselves and bring ourselves up as a people.
Peace and love.
Peace and love and head grease. I don't got to use head grease because I don't got no
Peace and love, kings and queens. Tomorrow is all about peace, love, and unity. Don't forget, peace, love, and unity, kings and queens. That's what all the day is about. Love y'all. Respect.
The red, the black, and the green. We out.
That's right.